Rest in power, Peanut. You're with Harambe now. Welcome to Deep Thoughts While Gaming. I'm Chris Chappell. On Wednesday, October 30th, 2024, New York authorities burst into the home of Mark Longo, ransacked his home, and took his two pets, a raccoon and a squirrel by the name of Peanut, an internet celebrity beloved by almost 500,000 of his followers on Instagram. They were both killed by the state, and as big as the outcry was, it won't bring Peanut back. One can't help but wonder, what might have been different if that squirrel had a gun? Would government authorities have been so willing to overreach? Fortunately, we don't need to imagine. Squirrel with a gun allows you to experience the awesome power of your average garden variety squirrel were it to ever gain access to our military facilities. Mao Zedong famously said, political power grows out of the barrel of a gun. He made sure the Chinese Communist Party had all the guns. Throughout history, most governments have restricted or banned their populace from having access to weaponry. But in the United States, the Founding Fathers wrote into the Constitution that Americans would have the sacred right to bear arms. It was a sign of trust that the government will always be one of the people, by the people, and for the people. But over the centuries, government power and bureaucracies have grown. Government overreach is increasingly common, as Peanut found out. And more legislation is being rolled out to take away the right of Americans to bear arms. All of which begs the question, why is the government so afraid of squirrels? Of all the problems facing New York, crime, illegal immigration, overpriced pizza, why was Peanut the squirrel so high on their hit list? In Squirrel with a Gun, you explore a sandbox-type map, looking for coin, loot, and guns, all the while solving puzzles to progress and fighting the government from the ground up. Thousands of feds will perish in the quest to contain the squirrel. Your strength lies not only in your ability to wield shotguns and throw bricks, but also in how aerodynamic you are as you fly through the air, with the ridiculous nature of the havoc you cause making the loss of life all the more insulting and demonstrating why some individuals in the government are starting to worry. A notion that many of you might find absurd. You might not think of squirrels as your fellow patriots, capable of fighting a tyrannical government. But consider this. Chances are that most of our viewers are even now within 100 feet of a squirrel, waiting for its moment to strike. The government has fed the American people the narrative that the squirrels are harmless, simply minding their business as they spread throughout the United States, causing billions of dollars of damage by nibbling on our electrical lines and jumping into our sewage systems. But surely that's not coordinated. Squirrels aren't leading an insurgency, a revolution for freedom that we've been asleep to for far too long. Multi-award-winning white hat hacker Space Rouge, also known as Chris Thomas, one of 7 hackers who are considered informed enough to be invited to discuss cybersecurity with Congress, wrote that since 2013 he was keeping a tab on power cuts and damages caused by animals to critical infrastructure, and found that squirrels, birds, rats, and snakes were responsible for causing 1,700 power cuts affecting around 5 million people on an annual note, resulting in $8 billion worth of financial damage, with squirrels even going so far as to top the list with 879 attacks. Yes, my friends, the squirrels have been in the fight for a long time now. And that's why the government is so afraid. Peanut was a symbol not only of their rise to power, but also their ability to break through state-run media narratives through social media, with the cute and cuddly messaging motivating people across the nation to bring the squirrels into their homes, an alliance the government would all too like to prevent. Why do you think it's illegal to keep a squirrel as a pet? I'm sure this was all taken into account when the police entered Peanut's home that fateful day. Police reports state he didn't cooperate at all, biting one of the officers in the ensuing struggle and acting like he didn't understand the commands they were giving, leaving us, the public, bewildered at their failure to manage even one squirrel, and further destroying public trust in the government. What are we supposed to think? Who are we supposed to believe? Was the government really just looking out for the safety of the American public, or will we be the next peanut? Squirrels have a rich history in the United States. There are more than 65 species of squirrels native to the US, and all of them love freedom. In the 1800s, the government put out bounties on squirrels. They claimed a sudden explosion in the squirrel population was causing a famine in Ohio. Government squirrel hunters began killing squirrels by the bushel. In 1807, the Ohio legislature passed a state law requiring every man of military age to kill at least 100 squirrels per year. If they didn't, they'd be fined. But the squirrels didn't give up on us sheeple. Eddie and Benson explores the lighter side of squirrels in his book, The Urbanization of the Eastern Gray Squirrel in the United States, where he explains that squirrels originally started being introduced into parks in the 1800s to help improve the mental health of the locals, contributing to the rich cultural tapestry and well-being of our society. But while squirrels are a friend to the common man, the feds live in terror. Squirrels have mastered the teachings of Sun Tzu's art of war. Be extremely subtle, even to the point of formlessness. Be extremely mysterious, even to the point of soundlessness. Thereby, you can be the director of your opponent's fate. So the next time you see a squirrel in a park, give them a salute. They're fighting for freedom. Thank you for watching Deep Thoughts While Gaming. And remember, there's nothing more permanent than a temporary government program. Like Deep Thoughts While Gaming? Support more episodes on patreon.com/gamersunbeaten, or hit that join button to become a channel member. You'll unlock exclusive emojis, live streams, videos, a Discord server, and all the nuts you can fit in your mouth. And check out this video about the new Life is Strange double exposure and how people in power are grooming teenagers for insidious purposes.